Configuring server monitoring. Now that you have defined the workload for your test and assigned agents to deliver the test workload, it's time to configure the monitoring settings for your tests. In this process, you'll define how Performance Explorer, the SilkPerformer monitoring tool, will monitor local and remote servers included in your tests. Server monitoring reveals, locates, and assists in resolving server bottlenecks, allowing you to examine the performance of your application servers. To begin, click the Configure Monitoring button on the workflow bar in the SilkPerformer workbench. The Configure Monitoring dialog boxes will open, offering the following three monitoring options. Use Default Monitoring. This option directs SilkPerformer to monitor a recommended set of data sources based on the application type under Tests. Use Custom Monitoring. This option opens Performance Explorer in monitoring mode with the Data Source Wizard dialog box open, allowing you to manually configure data sources. This is the approach we will explore in detail in this video. And finally, there's the No Monitoring option. This option allows you to run your test without the monitoring of any local or remote servers. For the purposes of this tutorial, click Use Custom Monitoring. SilkPerformance Explorer opens immediately. Now you will adjust the data sources that Performance Explorer will monitor during your test to gain additional insights into the server performance. For the purposes of this video, we will be using localhost. On the Data Source Wizard dialog box, select the option to Select from predefined data sources. Click Next and the wizard will display the available data sources. Select Operating System Data, then select your operating system. For the purposes of this tutorial, we'll select Windows System Perfmon. This operating system data will be helpful in determining how the localhost machine behaves when the tested application is under load. For example, memory consumption, CPU usage, and pages per second. Click Next. On this screen, you would enter any connection parameters required to make a successful connection to the server you wish to monitor. As we're working with the local host in this example, we don't need to enter any additional details on this screen, so we can click Next. In the Measures menu tree, you will see the localhost system listed with server-side measures, including pages per second, processor time, and physical disk measures. Select the measures you require. On this screen, you will also see the checkbox Store Data of selected measures. This option is selected by default and will enable the monitor writers in Performance Explorer to automatically store performance data when a load test is executed. When you're done on this screen, click Finish. You will see a pop-up asking if you wish to use the current view for the selected series. This is asking if you wish to add the measures you selected to the currently active chart, which you see in the background. If you select Yes, the measures will be added into the existing chart. If you select No, which we will do in this case, a new chart will be created showing the measures you have selected. A color-coded monitor chart then appears in Performance Explorer, displaying the selected system measurements in real time. And although we're not even running a test at this point, you can see that we're already starting to pick up some system measurements. Beneath the graph is the list of included measures. The color coding key helps you identify performance information for each element in the graph. As you can see, as you select various measurements down here, the corresponding color-coded lines are highlighted in the chart above. You will also see a default Monitor Writer tab created. This appears automatically when the Store Data of Selected Measures option is enabled, as discussed earlier. When you're running a test and the workspace you have assigned to your profiles contains a monitor writer, all monitor writers begin writing automatically when the test starts and stop when the test finishes. Now that you have configured server monitoring for your tests, it's time to return to SilkPerformer. Click OK on the Configure Monitoring dialog and click on Run Test to open the Workload Configuration dialog. You're now ready to run your load tests, which will be covered in depth in the next video tutorial.